Make the Rockies Home Opener a home run, a preview at some of the best eats around the ballpark. And April 15th, yeah, y'all, it's right around the corner. You still have time, though, to get expert help with your taxes. Plus, this is good, you can win up to $10,000. Plus, you know that old instrument that's kind of like collecting dust in your closet? Well, that can actually help change a student's life. Colorado & Company starts right now.
Portions of Colorado & Company contain paid content.
Good friends, gonna get you through the day. Good friends.
Good morning. Let's root for the
Rockies.
Wow, very energetic today. Okay, thanks, guys. Also, we want to root for your taste buds because McGregor Square has been very hard at work crafting the perfect menu for baseball season. So Brooke Bishop, who I've been chatting with off camera, lovely to see you.
Thank you.
The Chief Operating Officer is here to give everyone in Cocoa Land a little preview ahead of the home opener tomorrow. Are we going to win?
Yes. Go
Okay,
Rockies.
that's better. We're waking up. Okay, so before we dive into the bites, what is happening tomorrow at McGregor Square?
So we are super excited to welcome Rockies fans back for opening day. McGregor Square is going to open the plaza and the food hall at 9 a.m. And then we'll have a DJ starting at 10:30 to play throughout the day. I know, get ready for a party. And then, yeah, if you're a Rockies fan, if you're coming out for opening day, McGregor Square is going to be the place to be, whether you have a ticket or not.
Amazing. Okay, that's good to know. So watching the game is fun and all, but I consider finding the best snacks kind of like the best deal. So talk to me about what you have going here. Let's talk about this.
Yeah.
And what's going on in the McGregor Square?
So we've just reopened our food hall as McGregor Square Food and Drink. We did a full redesign of the space. It's a lot more comfortable. We brought in 3 new food vendors. So now we really do have something for everyone.
Okay.
So we have barbecue, which I have here today, Mexican, burgers, pizza, sushi, and ice cream, along with a full bar and then a 35-tap self-pour beer wall.
Woo, I love that. Okay, let's walk through that. Give us a little bit more details on that.
Yeah, so here we have GQ barbecue. I brought you in a brisket sandwich and then also a Carolina pulled pork sandwich. So GQ opened back in early March, and that's their
GQ? That's the
GQ
name?
barbecue. Yep.
Ooh,
yeah. So
I feel kind of like, hey.
They have 4 other locations throughout the Denver area. They're known for their hickory smoked meats and small batch sides. Like I said, this is the Carolina pork sandwich. It's smoked pulled pork with house-made apple slaw. And it's a real fan favorite. If you're interested in learning more about GQ Barbecue, you can actually get a free Carolina sandwich if you join their GQ club at gqbarbecue.com.
There's a GQ club?
Yeah.
Okay.
I had some great bonuses from
Really?
what I've heard. Yeah.
That
everyone
sounds
loves it.
amazing. Oh, so tickets to the home opener are always hard to come by, but you still have a way to enjoy the game, right? Talk to me about that. Let's say I just, I'm saving up. It's not affordable these days,
For sure, yeah. Come on over. We have a 66-foot LED screen to watch the game on outside. It's going to feel like you're going to opening day. You're still part of the whole party, and there's just going to be lots to do. Everyone's going to be out. Bring your friends.
Look at that video up there. Look at that. So the Jumbotron is that's amazing.
Yep.
And do you need tickets at all to go? You can just show up.
It's free, open to everyone. We don't reserve tables, so first come, first serve. Just coming out. It's a great space.
Okay, let's say it's a game's going on. What is the vibe? Like, as the kids say it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a party vibe.
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
I feel like it's an unofficial holiday for opening day. So you come out with your coworkers, you come out with your friends, come out with your family. There's really going to be something for everyone to do. In addition to watching the game, like I said, we'll have the DJ playing. He'll be playing during commercials, so really feel like a whole party scene. We also have the rally store if you need to grab some sports gear. We have permanent jewelry if you want to grab a bracelet to commemorate the day.
Cute.
So yeah, there'll be a lot going on.
Okay, let's talk about parking solutions. I know that can be tight. What do you think is the best idea?
Public transport.
Yep. Let's go ahead. Get yourself a lift.
Scooters,
Yep. Then walking. Let's walk people.
Yeah,
okay, good.
Is it great? Yeah, maybe just, getting dropped off at a spot and walking over. We have on-site parking, but it'll fill up fast.
Okay, perfect. And explain to people what permanent jewelry is.
So it's literally bracelets and necklaces that you get, they
like
welded them together, and they're forever.
Forever and ever. Amazing.
Yeah.
What's your favorite type of food to go to when you're at McGregor Square?
So I am a big fan of the sushi sandwiches at our sushi place in the food hall. Also, definitely if you're coming out for opening day, you can start the day off by going to the Original, having a really nice breakfast there.
The Original. Okay, that's right on. Okay, sounds good. Yeah. Well, this is amazing. And what is your favorite between these two?
I'm definitely a brisket girl.
Brisket girl.
Yeah, for sure.
A woman after my own heart. Okay. And do you have a favorite baseball memory?
So I've been going to opening day since I moved here over 20 years ago every year. So it definitely holds a special place in my heart. But I would say All-Star Week, when we hosted it back in 2021, that was the first week McGregor Square was open after all of our construction. So just finally getting to see the space with everyone enjoying it like they were supposed to, with all the All-Star Game excitement, that was probably the best.
Yeah, that sounds like a good time. And then what about kids? Okay to walk in?
Oh, yeah,
it's
absolutely.
family friendly?
For
okay,
sure.
fantastic.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then mostly, you said you don't take reservations, or you do?
No, not for the plaza. Just come in, grab a seat, first come, first serve.
Okay, sounds good. Amazing. So cheer on this home team this Friday at McGregor Square. You can learn more about the home opener party at McGregorSquare.com. Let's go, boys. Thank you for that. That was a pity clap over there. All right. I am so excited for Good Friends Friday this week. Al Jackson is my co-host, and the Voodoo Kings are going to be rocking out the Studio B stage. Join the party tomorrow on Coco.
The following interview involves commercial content. The products and services featured appear as paid advertising.
Everyone who has back issues, which, let's be honest, how many of you watching right now have back issues? Thank you, people in the studio raising their hands. This is a Healthy Colorado conversation for you. Now, we hear the words back surgery, and pun intended, it sends shivers down our spine. Thank you very much. Dr. Mark Robinson with Ortho Colorado is here, part of Common Spirit Health, to clear up a few things and share some new information. Hello.
How are you? Thanks for having me.
I'm very good. Good to have you here. I think you can help translate some things for the people, for the viewers. I want to start with artificial disc replacement. Sure. What is it, and how is it different than a spinal fusion?
Sure. A spinal fusion typically replaces a degenerative disc, and then that segment is locked down so it doesn't move anymore, shunting the pain elsewhere.
So screws?
Correct.
Okay, gotcha.
Correct.
Gotcha.
Artificial disc, on the other hand, is a mobile implant that once that degenerative disc is removed, we put in a mobile implant that either restores, improves motion that then doesn't shunt pain elsewhere.
Really? So which you prefer the artificial?
If you're a candidate, I think it's a very good option.
Okay, that's very good to hear. Now, who is a good candidate for it?
So candidates are typically patients that have 1 or 2 degenerative levels either in their neck or low back.
Gotcha. Okay. And how do you get a degenerative, like what happens?
Unfortunately, live in the Colorado lifestyle, so a lot of activity, a lot of heavy lifting.
Skiing.
Just being abrasive to your body.
Okay, abrasive to your, okay. So most of us assume the recovery from one of these things, like a spine or neck surgery, means like a very long recovery.
Sure.
My dad had a full like titanium cage put in,
Yeah.
and it was a long recovery, but has that changed? That was a long time ago.
So typically a spinal fusion takes about 3 to 6 months to recover from. It's an active recovery, but there's some limitations.
Gotcha.
Alternatively, an artificial disc replacement, you're back to normal activities within just a few weeks.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. Wow. And then why is preserving the motion in the spine important for long-term health? I do a lot of yoga, and they always talk about this.
Yeah, so obviously we want to maintain flexibility and mobility. So anytime you do a spinal fusion, you're taking away a motion segment, and that shunts pain elsewhere.
Yeah.
If you can maintain that motion, you're more likely to stay more flexible, more active, and have less chronic pain.
So my mom had, let's say, several back surgeries. I don't even know how many, and it was affected her quality of life.
Sure.
And I just kind of want to get personal here because a lot of people raise their hand in the studio, and I grew up watching her, and it changes a personality. You know what I mean?
Sure, absolutely.
What would you talk about, or what have you seen in that? Because you can really shift someone's life by getting that fixed.
Yeah, chronic pain is very difficult to deal with. It affects people differently, inhibits friendships and relationships and activity. And so I would encourage patients that are having chronic pain or even initial pain to seek out options and alternatives to living with that pain, and that can provide better quality of life for anybody.
Amazing. How did you get interested in this whole field?
I've been a spine surgeon here in Denver for 15 years, and so I've done a lot of spine fusions, and as these alternatives have become more and more prevalent, I've seen patients do better and better, and so it's very helpful to be able to offer these to patients so that they can live a better life.
Is it going to be 3D printed? I mean, is that how we're going to get at some point?
Good question.
Thank you.
I think that at some point, yes. The artificial disc implants are in their 5th and 6th iteration, so they're very good. They're not yet 3D printed.
Yeah.
Other aspects of spine surgery are, but I imagine that's right around the corner.
Interesting. Now, if someone been told they need a spinal fusion, what should they also explore for artificial disc replacement?
I would say if you have met with a surgeon and they haven't at least discussed artificial disc or disc replacement as an option, you should seek a second opinion because you want to know all your options.
Okay.
And you may not be a good candidate for it, but you at least want to know all your options.
Okay. Minimum age that we're talking for people, because there's a lot of young athletes out there with doing, D1 sports, and it gets involved.
Another good question. You've done your research. So essentially, we're doing these procedures in patients anywhere from early 20s up to 70s and 80s.
Got it. Okay. And then prevention.
Prevention.
Talk to me about how I don't have to get to this point.
Yeah, so you want to stay healthy, you want to stay active, you want to stretch, you want to keep extra weight off, essentially, and then if you're going to do heavy lifting, lift with your legs, not your back.
Yeah, that's true. When should we see a doctor if we're like, it's just an ache, or it's just I got a crick. When should we see it? Go and be like, I need to take action.
Sure. At any point when you're having pain, certainly progressive numbness or progressive weakness, those are red flags. And if you're suffering from any of those, I would seek attention sooner than later.
Okay. Let's say someone, and many of my viewers are, including me about certain things, are intimidated. What would you say? What advice would you give for that?
Coming in and speaking to myself or other surgeons doesn't mean you're signing up for anything. Come in, see what your options are, get educated about what's going on, and then I'll help you make educated decisions based on kind of what your symptoms are, what your pathology looks like.
You'll hold the hand as we walk through it.
Yep.
That's really important to know, because some people are just like, no, I'm just going to live through this pain.
Yeah, and I get it that it's a scary environment and it's scary to think about that, but we're here to help you feel more comfortable about it, understand your options, educate you, and help you through the process.
You really have our back.
We have your back.
So sorry. I'm very sorry. One clap. Thank you, Kelly. Human kindness is what Common Spirit Health is all about. Learn more about Ortho Colorado and their doctors at orthocolorado.org. Find more Healthy Colorado stories on 9news.com/Healthy Colorado. I want to thank you so much for being here. I learned a lot. I really did. And I hope our viewers feel more educated. This segment was sponsored by Common Spirit Health, mountain.commonspirit.org. When we come back, worried about shelling out money for your tax bill? Well, Jackson Hewitt may just put some cash back in the old pocket. That interview coming up next.
The following interview involves commercial content. The products and services featured appear as paid advertising.
A few big tax changes can really impact your tax refund this year. Earlier, our friends at Charlotte Today, Colleen Odegaard and Eugene Robinson, talked with Chief Tax Officer at Jackson Hewitt, Mark Stieber, to learn more. Check it out.
Know that tax season is upon us, and whether you've already filed or you're still tackling all the paperwork, we've helped to get you on the right track thanks to Mark Stieber with Jackson Hewitt. Mark, thanks for joining us.
Very important time, very exciting time.
For sure. Okay, so what are your top 3 tips for last-minute filers?
Well, don't be the last minute. I know that's like 30 and 40 million people, but you don't need to be in that group. There's still plenty of time, regardless of when you're watching this. So don't wait to the last minute for a lot of different reasons, the most important of which is you might be getting a refund. Why wait to get your money? But equally important, a lot of tax law changes this year. You may have some new questions that you didn't have last year, like do you have tips? Do you have overtime? Did you buy a car? Are you over 65? Did you have a life change? Are you trading crypto? And I could go on and on. And so if you're waiting to the last minute and your tax pro says, hey, we need a little bit more, you're not scrambling to run home and try to dig out and find that information and maybe leave some benefit off. So best reason to file early is it gives you a little more time. Second reason, you might be due money. Go get that money.
You know, there's a lot of people who think they can do their taxes by themselves, and they often do it by themselves. But why should someone consult a tax pro like Jackson Hewitt?
Well, the easiest reason is stress. You know, if you're going to do it yourself, and that's fine, a lot of people do. We at Jackson Hewitt certainly have a self-prep engine. You have to do the work. There's no shortcut to understanding what a deduction is, what a dependent is. Do I make this election? And some of the software is good, but you might misread it and cost yourself money, and the IRS is just not going to send you more money. So a trained, experienced, branded tax professional can not only lower your stress, they can probably pay for themselves either with finding that additional deduction or benefit or reducing the stress that you're going to be under so you're drinking more coffee and costing yourself money. And even if you do it yourself, you still need a tax pro just so you can confirm a fact, debunk a myth, or just check something. As many life changes and tax law changes as there are every year. And most good tax pros, they love answering a question. And so they don't necessarily have to do your taxes if you have a relationship, but you can't just call them up and say, hey, do I really get a deduction for being 65? You know, maybe you'll get a good answer, maybe not. But if you've got a relationship, and even if you just have them check your return, they don't mind answering the question and they don't mind helping you get the most money you can. So a tax pro, aside from stress, should pay for themselves, both finding those deductions and helping you plan for each and every year, because a lot of things change every year.
Absolutely worth it. I think so, for sure. You touched on this a little bit, Mark, but say more about how life changes can impact a tax return.
I'll say it this way. Life changes drive more confusion and are more often overlooked than tax law changes. On shows like this, you're talking about the new tip deduction, the new overtime deduction, the new senior deduction, the new car interest deduction, but no one's talking about taking care of your dependent parents, starting that new side hustle or expanding that side hustle, starting to trade in crypto and getting those basis calculations right. And the list goes on and on and on, and you don't see that. So you'll watch a video or you'll use some smart chat Google thing, but you don't necessarily understand it all unless you've been to the training, you've been to the resource experience that a lot of companies do to make sure we understand it. And if you shortcut that, most times, yeah, you may make a mistake and the IRS comes and asks, you don't want to get an audit. But what happens more often than not is you leave something off your tax return that is more money in your pocket, and the IRS does not just correct that and send you more cash. So the long story short is life changes are more common and they're bigger and have bigger tax impact, but a lot less notoriety, so you can get it wrong and literally cheat yourself.
I filed an extension before, so how do extensions work, and what are some of the misconceptions of extensions?
Well, we love extensions because you get to pay twice to get your taxes done, one to work up the extension and then one to do the tax return. A lot of people, especially at this time of year, say, well, I'm going to owe, or I need a little more time to pay, I'm going to extend. First mistake you make is an extension is only to send in your paperwork. It is not an extension of time to pay money. If you think you're going to pay money later, you're going to pay penalties and interest and probably a cleanup charge. So an extension is just a real reason to do your taxes twice, and we tax people love that, but it's not really good for taxpayers. 3 out of 4 people are due a refund. Go get that money. Extension doesn't help you there. And secondly, if you're missing that document, hope is not a strategy. If it hadn't come, it's not coming. You need to get on the phone or get on the internet or find your pro and get that last piece of paper, which is usually one little thing, and then you can get your taxes done and start thinking about next year and how to save taxes.
Let Jackson Hewitt help you. You can go to the web address that you see right there on the screen. Mark Stieber from Jackson Hewitt, I've never been so excited about taxes.
Well,
Thank you very
$400 billion, it's not March Madness money, but that's a lot of tax refund money, the biggest we've seen in 20 years. Go get that money.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
File your taxes with Jackson Hewitt, and you could win up to $10,000 in the Double Your Refund sweepstakes. So schedule an appointment with a Jackson Hewitt tax professional now. Find the nearest office to you by going online to jacksonhewitt.com. They sponsored today's segment. Okay, there's saving and there's investing, but according to wealth-conscious expert Maria Martinez, wealth is also manifested from within. Interesting. Here's our discussion. See if this resonates with you.
Okay, is there a difference between building wealth and creating wealth?
Yeah, absolutely. So building is external. So you're saving, you're putting money away, you have a strategy, and you're following those steps. And creating is internal. It's your way of being, your mindset, it's your belief systems, is how you relate to money. It's the whole relationship of having money, creating money, holding money, your capacity to hold the money, and really beyond money is wealth, prosperity, abundance. But when you align the beingness, the creating from within, with this strategy, there's a beautiful alignment that creates flow, and then money, wealth, prosperity naturally comes into your life. So it's more sustainable.
Let's talk a little bit about what role functional medicine plays in becoming wealthy.
Yeah, it actually plays a very significant role. And functional medicine is one way of approaching it, but what we're really talking about is your health.
Okay.
So, in your physical body, when you're carrying stress about money, it starts to affect your physical health. When you're worried about money, when you are feeling constricted, lack, and scarcity, your body reacts to that. So, your nervous system, again, reacts to that, burns out. You have trouble focusing, you have trouble making the right decisions because you don't have the clarity. But when your body, your health is optimized, it's like a container that can sustain everything. And this is home for everybody, right? We live in this body. So functional medicine plays a significant role in sustaining, elevating, and optimizing your health so that you can not just sustain the dreams, but elevate the dreams to the next level. So your capacity, your ability to create, your ability to hold, your ability to build also enhances when you're feeling good and healthy in your body, because now your body can sustain you.
To learn more about Maria Martinez and schedule a session, go to 360prosperity.com.
The following interview involves commercial content. The products and services featured appear as paid advertising.
Glad you're still with us on Colorado and Company. Okay, here's an idea as you gather your friends and family this Easter weekend. Easter in Denver. It's a citywide invitation to hope and belonging and new life. So you can be a part of this year's Easter in Denver celebration on Easter Sunday. With more, we have Brandy McMichael and Ted Mullet. Hello.
Hello.
Good to have you both here.
Thank you for having us.
Oh, please. We're very excited. Brandy, what do you think this celebration really means for the people of Denver?
This is an opportunity for our city to encounter joy, to encounter hope, and just encounter the good news. This is going to be a day just full of excitement and happiness.
You radiate it.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
I love it. You are hosting this event in Mission Ballroom.
Yes.
Why not a church?
You know, God can find us in any location, whether it's even in a bathroom or a grocery store. So why not do it at an epic music venue?
Right on. Yeah. And music is such a big part of religion in so many ways.
Oh my gosh, absolutely. We have some worship that is going to knock the pants off of people.
I can't.
Get
I would
dancing.
be very unchurch.
I mean, keep the pants on.
Keep the pants on. Okay.
But there will be dancing.
There will be dancing in pants. Okay, Ted, who could benefit from going to this? And I think be as honest as you will.
Tori, that's a great question. I truly think anyone and everyone. Easter in Denver is for everyone in Denver. Everyone in Arvada, everyone in Aurora, everyone in Denver Metro, whoever can come. We're just excited to have them. And I think that, like Brandy had alluded to, God can meet you anywhere. Yep. And so any individual that is in the city of Denver, this is for them. Anyone that doesn't have a church home, this is for them. Anyone that hasn't been in a while, this is for them. Anyone that's curious, this is for them.
Beautifully said.
Yeah, I think a lot of people have had church hurt or bad experience with even people in the church, and this is an opportunity to just come and just feel the love and the joy and kind of erase all of that negative experience that people may have had in the past.
That's very. That speaks to a lot of people. Yeah. I think, for real, that speaks to a lot of people. Let's be very real, and I think I'm trying to be as relatable as possible. I talk about my mental health issues, and there's a lot of people who have been lonely or cut off with community right now. That's an epidemic, is what the Surgeon General has called it, and it is. What do you have to say to them, especially about the event and anything else? And I'll open that up to either of you, both of you.
Yeah, it hurts.
Yeah.
Loneliness hurts.
Yeah.
I know what that feels like, and I know that a lot of people feel that, and a lot of people with that feeling don't know where to go. But it's in a community like this where that loneliness is on a Sunday morning cured, where you walk into a community that is Christ-centered, where one in which people lift you up, where people pour into you, where people challenge you and hold you accountable. That is the number one thing about community for me, that any sort of combatant to loneliness is someone pouring into me, is someone speaking life into me, is someone saying that, man, you've got this, and I support you, and I love you, and I'm with you. And it's the same way in which God speaks to us, right? So it's in my loneliness that I lean on community, that I lean on people like Brandy, that I lean on people that will be here, and I truly lean on the Lord. And so this is a great place to start.
Amazing. What do you think? That's beautiful.
I think for me, community, wow, I feel like in my life I've just maybe done some horrible things and have just been carrying years of shame. And to walk alongside people who are like, hey, I've been through that and you are so loved. And it was in that just sharing my brokenness where I began to heal, and that can only be done in community.
That is well said too. Wow, beautifully said. And people who are not Christian, are they welcome to come as well?
Everybody's
welcome. Okay,
Everyone is
great.
welcome.
Brandy, share what it's like to be part of the service.
Oh my goodness.
I feel like you're gonna do this again. Like, yeah.
Well, I think it's gonna just be full of joy and a lot of softening of the heart and a lot of opening and breaking hearts. I think that when our heart is broken wide open, there's just this sense of joy that you can't even put it into words. And this service is definitely gonna have that all morning long.
The vibe will be there.
Yes.
The vibe will be there. Okay, Ted, guest Pastor Tim Ross is leading the service. What can people expect from him? Tell us his vibe.
Yeah. If you don't know who Tim Ross is and you have Instagram, go to the search bar and search Upset the Gram. Pastor Tim Ross is a dynamic speaker. He's a dynamic leader. He's dynamic in a lot of different facets of ministry, but he's also a great husband. And he's a great dad. He's a great friend. He's a great mentor to a lot of individuals that I know. And he's someone that is excited to truly just get out of the way. Whatever the Lord wants to do through Pastor Tim, the Lord is going to do. And he's submitted, he's surrendered, he's ready to go, and he's excited. He's an individual that is, as he takes a stage, it feels as if he's talking directly to you. And it's a special trait that some people have.
It's a skill, yeah.
And he's got it. And it's that alongside a multitude of other things, but he's just a powerful individual. So I'm pumped up. I'm excited. He's a guy that I listen to a lot of his podcasts on different stuff that he has in media channels. But yeah, if you know him or you haven't heard of him, it's a true joy.
Oh, we're seeing him right now. Now he's got a vibe too.
Yes.
That's right.
Wow, there's a lot of
And
vibes
he's
going.
hilarious.
Yeah, I think humor is so
hilarious.
important to be part of this.
Absolutely.
And relatability. What kind of good do you believe an event like this can create in the community?
Do you want to start?
Yeah, I think that there's a massive amount of things that it can do. I think that to start, we hit on community. I think that this is something that, despite any sort of prior beliefs, despite any sort of barriers toward your neighbor, this is something that tears all of it down, right? The way in which God loves us is the way in which we're commissioned to love each other. And I'm excited for an event like this to take root in people's hearts, to take root in my heart, to take root in so many individuals within this city, to be able to love our neighbors well.
And the ripple effects of that just
correct.
keep going out and out and out. All right, well, Easter in Denver is a citywide invitation. It's to hope, belonging, and new life. The service is free Easter Sunday at 10 a.m. at the Mission Ballroom. For more information, go to lovednvr.com or missionballroom.com. And this segment was sponsored by Easter in Denver. Thank you, guys.
Thank you for having
Wonderful
us.
job. Absolutely. Now that clarinet or violin collecting dust in your closet, it's time to give it a second act. How you can help local students. That's coming up next. Music has the power to change a child's life. It builds confidence, creativity, and connection. But for many students, let's be honest, access to an instrument isn't a given. That's where local organization Bringing Music to Life is stepping in, and they need our help. Joining us now is Dr. Steve Hawley and Brian Jordan. Hello, guys.
Hello. Thanks so much for having us.
Thank you for being here. I'm a huge Bring the Arts Back to Education person, so I'm very happy to have you. Dr. Hawley, for people who may not be familiar, what is Bringing Music to Life, and who are the students that you're serving?
Absolutely. So Bringing Music to Life is a Denver-based nonprofit. What we do each year is we collect instruments, we clean them, repair them, refurbish them, and then we distribute them back out to Title I school music programs throughout Colorado. So the idea is how do we go about increasing access to participation in music for kids?
Oh, it's like the perfect job. What a great
It's
thing.
a pretty great gig.
Because music, yeah, like arts changed my life. Music can change the trajectory of your entire life. It's amazing. Brian, you're the director of music at Adams City Middle School and Summit Heights Junior High. Your students have directly benefited from Bringing Music to Life's instrument drive. What has the reaction been? Also, you look like a cool music teacher.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks.
It's the whole vibe.
Yeah, it's a vibe.
It is. It
Totally.
is. The kids are amazing. They are affected in the best ways. Without bringing music to life, we just would not have almost 200 kids in instrumental music now. We started with 7 kids 6 years ago in the program, and we're pushing 200 kids in the program now. And a lot of that, at least a third of those instruments came from bringing music to life. So it gives kids the opportunity to actually be able to play and learn a skill that could bring them to college and into a professional career.
Unbelievable. Changing lives, I'm telling you this. So Dr. Holly, why is access to music education so important, especially for kids who might not otherwise have the opportunity? Pitch it.
Yeah, seriously. To paraphrase a colleague, I think the reason that we teach music isn't to create the next generation of musicians.
Right.
That's, that there are certainly some kids who go out and do that,
yes, and
great for them. But I think the same way we don't teach math to create the next generation of mathematicians.
Because that was me.
That was not me. So the whole idea is, again, how do we using music as a vehicle to impart those life skills, to help students learn how to create, to be collaborative, to build confidence that, God forbid, falls into other areas of their lives. So that's that's the main reason that I've been in music all my life. And as you said, it's a great position for me to be in, that I can continue to help students, to help teachers, to explore the world through music.
And to be honest, when I did piano, not well, no Billy Joel, right? Okay. But like it did sort of bring a meditative, there was something like my brain had to focus. I wasn't on a screen, although I don't know, I'm pretty old. But I'm just saying there was something sort of like, it would calm you down a bit for some kids who might have other things going on in their lives that are hectic. It'd be nice to like calm down with that music. That's
certainly
beautiful. Yeah, helps with that. Okay, Brian, a lot of people might have an old instrument. You know you do. It's like some tuba or something. It's sitting in a closet. What would you just say to someone who's not sure if it's still worth donating? They're like, it's broken, whatever.
They're all worth donating. Unless it's flat on the ground and in pieces and just can never be brought back to life, we need them.
So even if it's a xylophone with like all these pieces missing, some pieces missing? Maybe not.
Possible. Possible.
Depends, yeah.
It depends, okay. Cool.
We could always use some more.
Yeah, what are you looking for?
We're looking for full-size violins, violas, and cellos right now.
Nice.
I started as the band director, but then I created a string orchestra program 3 years ago, and then a classical guitar studio 2 years ago. So these are the instruments that we need to start getting in. We have plenty of band instruments now, thanks to these guys.
Fantastic.
So
the string, those strings.
Now we're getting into the strings and building those programs, which is great. So
unbelievable.
Give us your violins, guys.
Give them over, babes. Give them over. Okay, let me ask you something. What are other ways? Let's say I don't have anything. Can I still help out? And I really believe music is like to my soul. I love it. How can I help out?
Absolutely. Again, we will take all the instruments that you would typically see in a school setting: band instruments, orchestral instruments, mariachi instruments, popular music instruments, things like that. But yeah, let's say that you don't have an instrument in that closet, basement, attic, under your car. Then certainly we spend the vast majority of our funds on those repairs. It takes about $200 to on average for each instrument to quite literally bring it back to life. That might be a $10 set of strings for a guitar. It might be $750 for a tuba, but it averages out to we spend upwards of 6 figures each year repairing all these instruments.
Wow, and it is like for a beautiful cause, but that does cost something.
It absolutely costs something, truly.
Just personally, what are you guys' first instruments, and how did music sort of affect you personally?
I was a singer first, but then trumpet was my first instrument.
What, really?
And
jazzy kind of trumpet, or?
Whatever they want to pay me to play.
That's the correct answer, sir.
That is a good answer. And do you still play?
I do.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's really great. How did it change your life?
It brought me all over the world. I've played in 6 continents and 52 countries because of my trumpet.
Oh my gosh.
So, kids, stick with your instruments.
That's exactly. Does it have like? Are you go like? Does it have a name? Like, hey Ralph.
Excalibur.
Nice. That's super good. That goes with the vibe. That goes with the vibe. What about you?
So my mother was a band director. My mother was my band director.
Oh wow.
So I've been in this from quite literally day one. Had no desire to be a teacher, just really wanted to play full time. And then I did play full time, lived in Memphis for years and played there, toured as well all over the planet.
Right on.
And then came to Colorado 25 plus years ago and picked up a gig teaching music and have been doing that ever since. And I've been teaching music for 30 plus years now, from secondary all through college. And
I bow down to the
wouldn't do anything
teachers.
different. Love it.
Bow down, especially to the arts teachers. My mom was an artist and also was a docent at the National Gallery of Art, so she taught kids and
nice.
would walk around. So she's looking down, being very happy and
Very cool.
very happy, very happy. All right, thank you guys so much for joining us today. Bringing Music to Life 16th Annual Instrument Drive goes until April 5th, and there are drop-off locations all over Colorado. Go to bringingmusictolife.org for more information. Thank you all, really, thank you. All right, think about all the good things music can do for our kids and grown-ups too. That's why we want to remind you about the summer concert series happening at Denver Botanic Gardens. Here's my chat with Aaron and Barry. Aaron, for those who aren't familiar, and I can't believe this might be some of you, but tell us about the summer concert series at the Gardens.
Yeah, so it is a tradition that started in 1981 at the Gardens.
No way!
And it started out very intimate with just a couple of local musicians just on the paved ground and just a few people. And then now it is
blown up.
A massive, successful event. And we have worked with Swallow Hill. This is our 17th season of working with Swallow Hill.
Oh my God, what a great collaboration, honestly, Barry. What are some of the concerts we can look forward to coming up?
You know, this year I'm excited, obviously, about all the concerts, but I'm thinking about Alan Stone, who will be a first-timer. If you don't know Alan, neo soul, really fun and funky, maybe a little bit of yacht rock thrown in.
Okay, you're speaking my language.
There you go.
I'm a yacht rocker. I really am.
It's going to be a party. And then the indie rocker Soccer Mommy, which I'm really excited about. It's going to be something different that we've had at the series before. You know, they're known for maybe as bedroom pop or lo-fi music, but they have a really expansive sound that's going to sound amazing in the garden.
That's what you want. You want that atmospheric ambiance. You know what I mean?
100%.
Yeah, and is that, you know, just tell me how you pick the roster about that.
Sure. You know, we have been working with the Gardens for 16, 17 years now, as Erin said, and I think we have wish lists. We know what plays well in the Gardens, and so we're always comparing notes. And then, to be honest, when we're at the Gardens, if somebody knows that, you know, you work at the Gardens or Swallow Hill, they'll tell you who they want to see at the Gardens. And so we, you know, we do take that into account.
Little recommendations.
Exactly.
Little recs.
Yeah, we're happy for that.
That's amazing. That's good that you guys are willing to pick up whoever you are hearing around. Erin, are these concerts rain or shine? Denver is notorious. Now, it has been quite warm.
Yeah.
But what do you guys think? Is it even in the rain?
They are rain or shine. The only time that we sometimes have to do a temporary delay if there's lightning in the area or if there is really severe weather, then we will cancel. But we really try not to do that while making sure everyone from the artist to the staff and the guests are safe.
Yeah, I was gonna say the lightning would stop me, but I would be there in the rain rocking out, you know that. So what do you guys, I'm gonna ask you both, what do you love most personally about the concert series? Is it the music, is it the people? Is it like the vibe?
I really like how for a lot of visitors, it's kind of an entry point to the garden.
Oh, that's a good point.
And so to them, it might just be a venue because they want to see their favorite artist. But when they come and they just have an incredible experience, like, oh my gosh, I had no idea that the Gardens has, you know, all these beautiful outdoor spaces and indoor galleries, you know, all these things. And then hopefully they come back and
yeah, because it can be intimidating if you've never gone, but if you go this way, that's a nice way to do it.
Yeah.
I used to roll my mom in her wheelchair and let her go down. Whee! We love the DVG. Tell me, what's your favorite part?
No, I love that you talked about your mom because I have a daughter who's in college now, and I remember going to the Gardens with her to see concerts when she was just above my knee.
Like a wee one.
Exactly. And, you know, as much as the world is changing and everything that's going on, there's something timeless about a concert at Denver Botanic Gardens, and I look forward to that every year.
Somewhat traditional and so wholesome, too.
Exactly.
Flowers, plants, music, sunshine, it's the best. Make sure you catch a concert at the Denver Botanic Gardens. The concert series runs June through August, and tickets are on sale now. Learn more at botanicgardens.org.
We're here at the Denver Museum of Nature and Science checking out their new Brick Planet exhibit. That's coming up next. Kelsey, I'm so excited to be here. My nephew is actually a little jealous. Let's say our viewers have never heard of Brick Planet. Tell me all about it.
Absolutely. So it's going to explore the interconnectedness of nature, really by going from ecosystem to ecosystem, all through the journey of Lego bricks.
It's so cool.
We love.
Like, who doesn't love that? Adults and kids, right?
Oh, absolutely. I think it's for everyone. I think it's if you're a child at heart, a traveler, of course. If you're into engineering, there's so many different people who would love this exhibit.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about Room Through Room. We're mixing creativity with science, like you said, blending the ecosystems. Tell me a little more about that.
Yeah, absolutely. So actually, one is in this area. So we're in the Savannah Plains right now. You can see our zebra and wildebeest right behind us, but also in this area is going to be a disappearing rhino as
it's
well.
very cool.
But also being able to showcase that it's an endangered species. It's actually disappearing before our eyes. 5 different species are disappearing. And so there's also able to show how that connectedness of art and also being able to kind of show what's happening within our ecosystems as well.
Right, and these Legos, these sculptures, I'm gonna call them, they're beautiful. Kids and adults, we can't come in and touch them, but there are some interactive things we can do here, right?
Absolutely.
Tell me about those.
So there are multiple build stations. So of course, these are to look at over 1.5 million bricks it took to put these sculptures together. But absolutely lots of opportunity for interactives, other than just even building Legos too. So there's gonna be something for everyone here. Everyone's gonna enjoy the interactives too.
Okay, towering polar bears, coral reefs. How long did it take the artist to put all of this together?
Absolutely. If you actually had to put an hour by hour of it, it took, especially if a 40-hour work week, if you think about it in terms of that, it took about 7 years to put all of these sculptures that you would find in Brick Planet together.
Oh my gosh, that is absolutely incredible. Okay, next question, because I'm a behind the scenes person, I'm a producer, I have to think about this. How do they build these? How does it travel from place to place? How does that work?
That really is a behind the scenes. It really doesn't go into it within the exhibit. It really kind of sticks to the science side.
Love that.
But that being said, you might think that it's all Legos within it. There are some Legos, but it's also pretty hollow.
Okay.
There's metal structures within as well. But yeah, it's something you don't necessarily get to see when you come here. But it is very interesting to look at them and just kind of see all of those Legos on the outside.
And imagine it. Okay, Kelsey, one more question. One thing that's really cool, this is included with the museum entrance, right?
You're so right. So this is completely free with admission. So when you come up, just show your admission. You'll be able to come right in and be able to explore all the ecosystems.
Thank you so much for having us here today, Kelsey. Let's go check it out together.
Perfect.
Hurry on over to the Denver Museum of Nature and Science to check out Brick Planet. It goes until May 3rd. You can get more information at dmns.org. Thank you for your company, Colorado. Portions of today's program were sponsored by the businesses listed on your screen. Speaking of cool businesses, Colorado businesses love Colorado & Company. Be a part of our show, share your ideas, your products, and story with viewers from across the state. To learn more about being featured on the show, call 303-871-1726. That number again is 303-871-1726. Cheers to Friday and the Rockies, baby. Tomorrow, the Cherry Cricket is in the Cocoa Lounge mixing up some purple cocktails. Rock your purple and join in the fun. Now remember, everyone you meet is facing an uphill battle you know nothing about. So be kind, be patient, and be gentle, and then apply that back to yourself if you can. I'm doing the same thing. We'll see you next time, guys. Bye.